welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to play with some fun, new, pretty things. Hopefully you saw my Amazon haul, and I had these that I hauled, which are washi stickers. They're little books of washi stickers, and then I've got these beautiful florals. Now, I've made 2 cards already just to see like how I want to play with these. I'll move these out of the way, and here they are. So pretty, right? Use one of the purple flowers. This is a pretty nondescript background card. I have a whole stack. I have a box of pre-made bases. I pulled some out already. These are what are left. I actually pulled a ton out. So I took some pre-made bases that were not ugly, but nondescript, kind of plain. And I thought these would be the best to really zhuzh up. So I did this one. I did put a washi ticket on there, not one of these, a different one I had, and a little tidbit on there, and a little bit of boo-boo tape, and it is done. And then this one is an ugly scrapbook paper where I just gessoed over it with a tinted brownish color, and I added one of these washi stickers. And for this one, I did not cut out. I had mentioned when I did that some of these could be cut out, but I did not cut it out. It really kind of blends in the background. You can see it's pretty see-through. You can see the letters behind it. And then I've got this flower on there. So those are very pretty. And just notice this is hanging off just a scotch. I'm just gonna trim that off. But so fun, right? So let's just make some. Now, like I said, I pulled together some journal cards. They're not, you know, I mean, like this one's ugly, but we can make that one really pretty. This one's got some sprinkles on it, some stencils, etc. And then I've just got a bunch of master boards, some more of those that I did the purple one on. This is just a faux, the Sears Roebuck catalog book, the reproduction, put on some cardstock. This is alcohol ink on a card. This is a master board of painted papers. This is a really pretty one. I don't know if I want to call this one ugly, but this would be gorgeous with a flower on there. I've got some stencil stuff, another one of those painted. Yeah, just a whole variety of stuff for that. So I'm guessing maybe I should just maybe pick a flower and then pick a card. So far, I've done a purple, and then this is, I think that was in the, it was in this pile. Yeah, I think it was in this pile, the kind of whites. So if I want to do like maybe an orange one, that might go really well with that. I see. That has hints of pink in it. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, let's go with that. Now, I haven't figured out what to do with them yet. I just have a little bucket here, and I have them in the cards. I was thinking about pulling them out, but I'm afraid they're going to stick to each other. So I'm kind of leery about separating them at this moment. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Maybe put one of those little washi stickers here, and we're going to call this one done. I think maybe a butterfly one would be pretty. Let's find something with some color to it. And I should have pre-looked for these things. Whoops. Oh, how about a bird? I like that one. Let's do that one. And I think I'm going to cut this down. It does have a bit of white on there. I'm going to cut it down. So I hope you're having a wonderful day today. It is still warm here, but not as warm as it's been. There's a car leaving. Not as warm as it's been lately. I don't know if this is going to work with this. I might have to just... I have to go back and trim this off a little bit. It was close. I think it was a little too light for it to work. Kind of did the divot of where it needs to be cut, so it kind of is helping. And last one. Okay. I got a little coupon here that might work too. That might be too big. It might be too big. I'll save it for something. I have to put that. All right, I'll put that there. Put the bird there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'll put this one down first, and then we'll put that one down. Now, if you see any of these cards that you're like, oh, how did you make that, Lisa? Sure, I have a video, and I could figure out, hopefully, to look for it and link it to your comment. I do that whenever somebody asks that they can't find something. I usually am able to track it down fairly easily because I kind of remember what it looked like from the beginning. And so if you see any card, like if you want to see how I did that, let me know. And I will link the video for it because it's hard to go through and describe each one. All right, I got it. Now the few that I did, they're not tricky to get off, but there's so many little leaves that I wanted to be careful. And I noticed, like, once this is stuck, this is stuck. So you got to be careful where you put them. So, all right, let's get that out of the way before it gets stuck underneath. And we're just going to put it right there. Beautiful. Now this does have shine. It's one of those PET stickers. So if you don't like the shine, what I would suggest to do is before you even pull off the, the label, put it down somewhere and add some gesso to it. Let it dry, and then you'll be able to have less of a shine for it. But I don't mind the shine. It's such pretty. Like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. All right, these washi stickers don't have a shine. And like I said, they're a bit see-through. So we're gonna put that there. And you can see the leaf through there a little bit, and the bird. Be able to write something on there. I really think that's about all we need for that, right? And I think I just might just nip these corners ever so slightly, though. The border of these cards were hand drawn. They are not stitched. It was a black ink that I used. Again, in that video, if you're interested. But like, how pretty. Okay, so let's see if we can find. That was easy to make pretty, right? But let's see if we can find one that's maybe a little bit uglier and make pretty, like this one. Not the most prettiest, but it was a stamping technique I was doing, and I used a lot of darker colors on it. And not everything you make is gonna be top-notch beautiful. Okay, so I think it deserves something pretty and pink. Let's see. It's got some green on it. I think I like that one. Oh, that's the same one. I don't like that. I think we're gonna go with that one. Pretty and pink. All right, now we're gonna add some tickets to it. And I do have a couple of options. Like I have got my watercolor ones. That would be fun to do. And as I see here, I see a stamp with pink on it that I like. I think I'm just gonna leave it in the book and cut it out. Leave the other half in the book. I love it. And what about, I see a little piece of paper there. It's got some green on it, just to kind of anchor it down a little bit in my bin of goodies. Put that there. Put that there. And I think I'll cut that stamp down a little farther. And we'll call that one done. I like it. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're gonna start with this and we're gonna glue that piece down first. And there we go. Now, I don't really have any thoughts on where these are gonna go. Make sure I got that word showing. I don't have any specific journals for them to go into. Just having some fun and making some stuff. It's hot outside. I don't want to go outside. So let's make some stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna put the flower down first and then I'll put this on top of it. I'll cut this out first though. I'm gonna leave just a scotch of a white border around it. Now if I really wanted to make it stamp, like I could have kept more of a white border and used my little stamp punch, but I'm not sure if it would work on the washi for that. So this is gonna go down first. All right, once again, these are really sticky. Gotta make sure they go in the right spot. Angle it a little bit and beautiful. Make sure it's nice and pushed down. And we're gonna put you right there. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit of boo-boo tape down here in a green color, since there is some greens there. And I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. I've said this before, it's printed on clear sticker paper, so it's white, but the white will go away because it's a background. It'll just be clear, but I cut most of it away just so I don't have extra shine where I don't need it. Well, it's obviously got to go that way. All right, let's do it that way, and take a smaller piece. Thinking about maybe putting some there, across there. Let's put it across there. Let's do it that way. Beautiful. All wrappers, all wrappers. So nice. I love it. So yeah, so that really dark, muddled kind of background piece with the stamping or staining and stenciling has some bright, fun colors on it now. I love it. Very much so. Okay, so I think I want to do... maybe I want to do this one. It's got pink and greens and reds, and I'm thinking a yellow flower would be really pretty with it. So let's grab the yellows. There's not really a lot of yellow in here, but there is some hints of yellow in there. That's kind of a yellowish white. And then, of course, we've got the... I like that one. Do I like it more? I think I like that one. Okay. So we are going to find something to put behind it. That's too much on point. I think I want something a little bit... I'm not going to put this whole piece, but I'm going to rip a piece. This is some Mamagami paper, so I think I'm going to rip a piece of this just to have somewhere for it to anchor. Yep, I like it. I'm just going to rip the top and the bottom a little bit and just edge it ever so slightly to make it pop. All right, so we got that. And come on. Boy, those are really stuck in there. That's green with some lace. I love it. First try. And then I probably put some sort of tidbit on there. When all is said and done, across there or up there. Probably up there. Okay, let's do that. It's really simple. We're going to put this down first. And go from here. Oh, and I think I want to, before I get too far, I'm going to round the corners, and I think I'm going to do a big corner. So yeah, so a very busy card can also be transformed by putting a very specific focal point on there. All right, we're going to put you on top. I think we will put you on top. We'll put you there, and then we might be able to get the tidbit over there. Okay, I'm going to, as I'm pulling this off, I'm going to mull if I want to cut that apart. All right. I always try to pull it slowly because the little limbs and twigs are a little, not fragile, but I'd hate to rip it and have it come apart. So, all right, so we're going to bring this down a little. I'm trying to aim the middle stem at the edge of the green, and boom. Beautiful. All right, and I did mull this. I'm going to cut this, so I'll be right back after I cut this. All right, it is all cut. So how cute are those little washies that are clustered together, but one sticker? So much fun. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. These are much easier to get off than the PET ones. All right, and then, like I said, a tidbit. I'm thinking I'm aiming for there, and I think red's pretty good. It might be just a bit longer than I would like. Oops, there we go. That might be the one. Yeah, I like that one. I had tracked down my little scissors, so I was cutting that little washi tape, and I only had my big scissors. And it's not the easiest thing to do, to cut little stuff with these big chunky scissors. I am not sure under which pile is on my desk. For sure. Are my little scissors. I'm sure they're probably right in front of my face. All right. All right, I'm going to bring it down. It will be over the flower a little, but I wanted that green edge to show, and I don't mind that at all. I like it for sure. So, this brighter one that had a lot going on in the background is very cute. I like it. Okay. Well, I think that's good enough for now. I'm going to show you guys up close again after I get these out of the way. These. But I'm pretty sure I could probably play all day and get rid of all those, because I have not seen one that is not gorgeous. Can I tell you? And I don't know what's going on with my voice. I'm just going to tell you, and it did it again. I am not sick. And for the past couple days, I've just been very froggy, but I'm not sick. So I don't know what's going on with my throat. It's weird. Okay. And it's not from talking too much. I mean, I talk on these, but it's not like I'm, at work and talking stuff and, watching a baseball game with my husband. We're not chatting that much. Okay, so there is that last one we did. I love it. And that one, so pretty. I love the pinks with that, and you got hints of purples and greens. Beautiful. And then we did this one with the striped paper. I tied the orange with the orange up top, little bird. Very cool. And then these two that I did off camera with the painted background. Some cream flowers in yellow with the washi. This one I didn't cut out. And I think I mentioned it before. It's like I didn't think I could cut around that little fake bulldog clip and then the little stem. So I decided not to cut that one out. And then this one with the thistle. I believe it's called thistle. And the sticker and the tidbit. So cool. They're very fun. I love them. I love them all. So I'm so glad you guys joined me to play along with making some of these pretty floral cards. You can't go wrong with some fun floral journals. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. Again, if you see one of these cards that you want to see the video, how I did it or something, please let me know, and I will put a link in the comments. And any other questions, please feel free to add it below. I love to chat with you guys and answer any questions that you have. All right, that's going to be it for me today. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by, and I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.